Human beings today live in a world of extremes. The body is bombarded with stimulants, distractions, and demands that pull it in different directions. Our minds are restless, our emotions unstable, and our physical energy inconsistent. This condition can be summarized in two words: constant imbalance. People struggle with regulating their thoughts, emotions, and energy, which results in burnout, mood swings, lack of clarity, and even spiritual disconnection. One of the least discussed causes of this imbalance is the reckless misuse of sexual energy. In modern society, men are conditioned to waste semen carelessly through constant indulgence in pornography, casual sex, and compulsive masturbation. What is rarely acknowledged is that semen is not just fluid. It is the concentrated life force that carries vitality, creativity, and power. The practice of semen retention, the intentional conservation of sexual energy by abstaining from unnecessary ejaculation, provides a profound solution to the problem of constant imbalance. It is an ancient practice rooted in spiritual traditions, yet highly relevant in our overstimulated age. When a man preserves his seed, he restores equilibrium within his body, mind, and spirit. This essay will explore the different dimensions of imbalance in modern life, explain how semen retention addresses them, and show why this practice has the potential to bring back harmony, stability, and higher purpose. Mental imbalance. Modern men live with overloaded minds. Social media, endless notifications, pornography, and constant entertainment create overstimulation. This overstimulation disrupts focus, reduces memory, and weakens discipline. The brain operates like a computer with too many tabs open. It slows down and crashes. Pornography, in particular, hijacks the brain's reward system. The constant dopamine spikes from sexual content desensitize the mind to real-life experiences. This creates a cycle of craving, temporary pleasure, and emptiness. Over time, men lose mental stability and self-control. Emotional imbalance. The misuse of sexual energy often leaves men emotionally fragile. After ejaculation, especially when habitual, many men feel guilt, shame, anxiety, or emptiness. This happens because the nervous system swings rapidly from stimulation to depletion. An imbalanced man becomes reactive, moody, and unable to handle stress. He might find himself irritated at small things or feeling emotionally drained after interactions. Without inner stability, his relationships suffer, his confidence declines, and his sense of masculinity weakens. Physical imbalance. From a physical standpoint, constant ejaculation drains nutrients, weakens the immune system, and lowers vitality. Semen is not just fluid. It contains zinc, magnesium, amino acids, and essential minerals. Each ejaculation expels these resources from the body. Frequent release also depletes testosterone levels. Low testosterone is associated with fatigue, muscle weakness, low motivation, and even depression. The result is a body constantly swinging between stimulation and exhaustion, rather than maintaining steady energy. Spiritual imbalance. On the spiritual level, sexual energy is sacred. In many traditions, it is seen as the creative force that connects man to the divine. When a man wastes this energy, he feels disconnected from higher purpose. His spirit feels fragmented, unable to access deep intuition, peace, or transcendence. A man in spiritual imbalance constantly seeks external validation through sex, pleasure, or material pursuits, but never finds lasting fulfillment. His inner being remains restless and incomplete. The root of imbalance, wasted sexual energy. The thread connecting mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual imbalance is the loss of vital energy. Semen contains the seed of life. It is capable of creating another human being. If it has that much creative power, imagine what it can do when preserved within the body. Instead of being released, it can be reabsorbed and transformed into strength, focus, confidence, and spiritual awareness. When wasted, this energy is lost. When retained, it fuels balance. The modern culture of instant gratification teaches men to release at the slightest urge. This is a major cause of constant imbalance. Instead of being masters of their sexual energy, men become slaves to it. They live in a cycle of desire and depletion, never accessing the deeper stability that comes with mastery. How semen retention solves imbalance. Mental balance. When a man practices semen retention, his mind begins to clear. Dopamine sensitivity resets, allowing him to focus on simple, meaningful things again. The constant fog caused by overstimulation starts to lift. Men on semen retention often report increased memory, sharper concentration, and a deeper ability to meditate or study. Because the mind is not hijacked by constant urges, it gains stability. Retention also strengthens willpower. The very act of saying no to ejaculation rewires the brain for discipline. This mental strength spills over into all areas of life, from work to fitness to relationships. Emotional balance. By conserving sexual energy, a man avoids the emotional roller coaster of release and depletion. His mood stabilizes, and he becomes less reactive. Instead of being controlled by cravings or shame, he begins to feel a steady sense of confidence and calm. This balance is especially noticeable in relationships. A man who retains semen is not desperately seeking validation from women. He carries himself with groundedness, which women naturally find attractive. His interactions come from abundance, not neediness. Physical balance. On a physical level, semen retention allows the body to conserve vital nutrients. The minerals and proteins that would be lost through ejaculation are instead reabsorbed, strengthening the body. Many practitioners notice stronger immunity, improved sleep, and higher endurance. Retention also boosts testosterone levels. Higher testosterone means more motivation, stronger muscles, a deeper voice, and greater vitality. The body begins to operate in a state of consistent energy rather than constant fatigue. Spiritual balance. Perhaps the most profound benefit of semen retention is spiritual harmony. Instead of being trapped in lower desires, the man begins to channel his sexual energy upward. This energy, once controlled, fuels meditation, creativity, and connection to higher purpose. Spiritual traditions like Taoism, Hinduism, and early Christianity all taught the importance of conserving sexual energy. They knew that semen was not meant to be wasted, but to be transformed into spiritual light. A man who retains begins to feel more centered, aligned, and in touch with his inner self. Signs of balance through retention. Calm presence. The retained man carries an aura of stability. People feel safer around him because he is not chaotic. Deep focus. He can read, work, or meditate for long hours without distraction. Consistent energy. His body no longer crashes after release, but maintains vitality. Magnetic confidence. Women and men alike sense his groundedness and respect it. Spiritual glow. His eyes shine, his skin clears, and his presence radiates peace. Retention alone is not enough. Balance must also be cultivated through lifestyle. Meditation directs retained energy inward and upward. Physical training uses energy constructively to strengthen the body. Clean diet supports hormonal balance and prevents cravings. Creative work channels sexual energy into art, writing, or business. Brotherhood, surrounding oneself with like-minded men, helps maintain discipline. These practices, combined with retention, create a holistic state of equilibrium. The deeper philosophy. At its core, semen retention is about mastery. Constant imbalance comes from being enslaved by impulses. True freedom comes when a man is no longer tossed around by desire but stands firm in his center. Retention is not suppression, it is transformation. Instead of wasting energy outward, the man circulates it inward, upward, and outward in creative ways. This makes him a complete being, mentally sharp, emotionally calm, physically strong, and spiritually awake. Constant imbalance is the silent epidemic of modern men. It shows up as brain fog, mood swings, fatigue, and lack of purpose. At its root lies the reckless misuse of sexual energy. Semen retention offers a timeless solution. By conserving this vital force, a man restores balance to his mind, emotions, body, and spirit. He no longer lives in extremes, but in steady alignment. Retention is not simply about avoiding ejaculation. It is about reclaiming control, cultivating mastery, and living from a place of strength. When practiced with discipline and wisdom, it transforms imbalance into harmony, weakness into power, and emptiness into fulfillment. The man who retains is no longer at war within himself. He is whole, stable, and complete. In a world of constant imbalance, he becomes the rare individual who lives in true balance.